What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the Nice Guys Podcast, episode 25. Looks a little different. And then Duper, he has some Wi-Fi issues, needs his Wi-Fi extender to be able to get on here and record stuff. And unfortunately, that has not come in yet, so he's still dealing with that stuff. So he won't be on tonight. He said he was going to try to pop in through his phone as long as the internet service would allow him to do so. He might be on here later in the episode. I don't know. If not, no big deal. I'm going to hold down the fort as a solo host tonight. But I've got a wonderful, wonderful guest here that I'm excited to chop it up with tonight. Ready to have a dope conversation with him. Dope guy. Known him for several years now. Can't wait to ask him some questions. Can't wait to hear the stories. Can't wait to hear what he's going to bring to you tonight on this episode. Without further ado, Alex, how you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. It's a little weird, can't lie. A little weird trying to do this as a solo person tonight. But hey, I've watched enough podcasts where people are by themselves, and I think I'll be able to hold down the fort in my other two guys' absence. So,
Man, I know my mic isn't working, but I feel real out of place talking to the phone. So I might hold up like my hand like this, real awkward, like make it look like I'm professionally talking to a mic or some nonsense. But
there you go.
I'm sure you'll kill it. Soloing by yourself tonight.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna need all the support I need on that. But nonetheless, hey, man, you're not the only guest to come on here and do it through your phone, so don't feel bad about that. I don't know what's going on with your mic, but you've had trouble with your mic for months now, man. Because I know we've tried to play video games and stuff in the past, and your mic's been giving you problems.
No, that was different. That was I think those were my Turtle Beaches. I sat on them, and then Morgan actually tossed them away and didn't throw them and didn't tell me about it. So
damn.
Yeah, that was probably the closest I've ever come to. Actually, I'm not gonna say it on live TV or on air, but
might have ended up in some charges or something.
Yeah, closest I may have come allegedly to almost smacking my wife, but
I'm sure if she plays this back, she'll be excited to hear that.
Yeah, she's lucky I had to go coach little kids that night, so I forgot about it for about 2 days. But
there you go.
Yeah.
Did you get new headphones for the Xbox or no?
I did. I didn't get new ones. I ended up just digging up like the pair that kind of just throw you when you buy the Xbox Series X or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not a lot of people have been playing like online crap with me recently, so I haven't been like bossing them out too much.
Nah.
Too many people playing like Baldur's Gate and everything right now.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Really...
The video game scene is at an all-time low right now, I think, with games coming out and games worth spending $60 to $70 on to play.
Oh, 100%. I've actually, I just got Game Pass within the last year, man. And a lot of the gaming I've been doing has been like games that came out while we were pretty much in like high school at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I was playing a lot of MLB The Show pretty recently, but like no one's been on for that, man. So I've been kind of playing franchise by myself.
Really?
Real amateur hour, but
yeah, I know. I got that with my buddy. So what we do is we game share through Xbox, and we got MLB The Show. I'm excited that it came to Xbox finally off the PC exclusive. The PlayStation exclusive, but. Yeah, we played it when it first came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that was originally exclusive. What company runs that again?
Sony.
Oh, it is Sony.
Yeah, Sony, and then I think San Diego Studios, I think is what it is the other developer on the game. But
Gotcha.
The only thing I'm waiting for now is for it to come to PC so I can scrap the Xbox entirely, sell it, get a couple $100, and I don't know. I might not even sell it, man. Aaron plays it from time to time, so I don't want to get rid of it and her not have anything. So,
did you end up getting the Series X, or are you still on one?
I think it's is the Series X. Is that the tower style looking one?
Yeah, it's the one that looks like a real mini fridge.
yeah. So now I don't have that one. I have the skinny one, but like it's the Series. I think S. I think is what it is.
Series S, the only digital.
Yeah.
Runs only digital copies or whatever.
Yeah. I think I got that one. I can't tell you the last time that I've bought a hard copy of a video game, man. It's been years, like years.
Man, honestly, that's where I went wrong. Because I bought the X specifically so I could play hard copies of games.
Okay.
I haven't bought a single one since, and I don't really imagine myself buying a hard copy anytime in the near future. So
No,
kind of a
no.
huge waste.
Yeah, I mean, with COVID and everything, man, like they stopped doing like the midnight releases of Call of Duty, which Call of Duty has been a letdown after letdown with their releases. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I like the new MW2 that came out. I thought it was good, but it's just like every other game, man. You play it night and day for a month or two, and then you're like, "What the hell am I doing with this?" You know what I mean? And then it goes and
I'm
sits
not
on the shelf.
I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I play any Call of Duty, man, it just makes me think I gotta play some Black Ops 2, dude. That was like the last real good Call of Duty.
Yeah, yeah.
It just makes me miss that game. So we play that game pretty regularly. Me and Morgan do still.
Really? I don't blame you, man. I really don't.
It's such a good game.
I know for MW3 that's coming out here soon, they're doing all the original MW2 maps. So I'm
I
excited
saw
for
that.
that.
I think they're running like 9 of them or something.
Yeah, nine. I think 9 or 12, something like that. But
Yeah.
and then they're bringing back, I think, like the original zombie maps too. Which,
Oh, really?
yeah, I haven't been a fan of zombies on the last couple that they've had. They've been on and stuff. But I just remember, I forget what the map is because it's just been so long. But it's the one with the bus where you got to get on the bus when you're playing zombies.
That was a banger,
Uh,
dude, from Black Ops 2.
yes,
I
yeah.
think I think it was literally just called like Transit or something. I don't remember.
Something simple probably that I can't
That
remember.
map is a banger.
It is.
I
It
probably
is.
put like I've literally probably put like 200 hours into that. Like,
Yeah. No, hundred
so
percent.
much.
Yeah, I
We
remember
used to
being
we
in
used
high
to
school.
bust it. Oh no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, you're good, brother. I just remember being in high school, going over to my buddy's house and taking my Xbox with me, and like we did like the LAN party or whatever. Like he'd be sitting upstairs and I'd be in his basement. We'd just be playing zombies all night long, man, all night.
Oh, 100%. We had a friend who actually used to bring like a 35-inch TV into chorus at school. Like towards the end of the year, we weren't really doing anything, I guess, after like the senior concert or whatever.
Right.
So we used to play that map like every chorus
That's awesome.
for like I think it was for like 8 weeks, dude. We got so far, but you know it's a class, so it was like an hour and a half. So we get to like I don't know around in the 20s somewhere. We have to cut out every time. It was kind of lame,
Right. Right.
but I don't know. I put so much time into that game. I remember the best part about Black Ops 2 was it kind of had like the Mario Party effect, where like you're playing with a group of friends, and like somehow by the time like 2 hours into playing it, if you're just playing online multiplayer, y'all just hate each other.
Oh
Like you
yeah,
get into so many fights, dude. We used to get into like legitimate fights. We'd be screaming at each other over the mics
that's funny
over
as
like the
hell.
dumbest shit.
Yeah, it's funny.
Like, and then like a couple hours later, it'd make up, and then it'd be rinse and repeat the next night. But
Oh, exactly, exactly. Yeah, I remember when it was the last Thanksgiving I think I was at where we had the 360 out and we were playing, and it was me, you, Grafe, and Braden. And you remember playing that?
yeah, I think we played Black Ops 1. What was it? You that was like I forgot what that map was, but you're like in that silo in Black Ops 1, and
Yeah.
like they kept spawning you like right by the enemies.
Yes.
So by the end of the
Yes.
game, it was like you were like 9 and 55 or something,
Yes. I did
like
terrible, man.
something just outrageous. We were playing like hardest difficulty or whatever,
Yes.
max bots.
Yes. Yeah. I tell
Man,
you what,
that was whack.
a game that I've been into a little bit, which it's the PVE style game, so it's just bots and it gets monotonous after a while. But it's called Ground Branch. So for anybody listening to this that's into milsim tac shooters, um, Ground Branch is I think still in its like early access stage, so it's not fully developed yet. They have done some dope updates to it in the last year or two. But what it is you go into like a ready room and you can fully customize your guy with like your kit, like your carrier and stuff, your plate carrier. You can change the weights of your plates with all the gear that you have too, so it like slows you down, you know what I mean, to make it realistic. And then you go into
Yeah,
like compounds in the woods and stuff, and you start like on the mountaintops and you move your way down into the compounds, but you got dudes with like snipers and shit in the compounds blowing your head off and shit before you can even make it down. So you have to like stay like slow and tactical and like move very methodically. You know what I mean? But
that sounds awesome.
it is a dope game. Ryan and I play it a lot. We haven't played it in a long time, but I just reinstalled it, and my buddy Duper, who's one of the co-hosts on the show, he he does a little bit of video game editing where he makes clips and stuff, puts them on YouTube. And I don't know if he released a video of that game yet or not, but I know he had some content that he was working on as far as getting it out. But we played it on the hardest difficulty and played like 10 insurgents that we had to go kill, and it was hard. I died pretty quick because I just, you know what I mean. It's hard to move slow in like real life in a video game when you know that there ain't no consequences to it other than, you know what I mean, you can't come back, so you just got to hope on your teammate to be good when in that aspect. But nonetheless, that's what I've been on lately. But
what was the game called? You said it was called what?
Ground Branch.
Man, I'm surprised I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a PC exclusive. You don't have PC, do you?
That's why I haven't heard of that. Yeah, it's been on the list for like 3 years now to finally build a PC.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got the specs for like a PC I was going to build when I came back from deployment, but now those specs are kind of like 3 years old, so I got to go back to the drawing board on that. It's going to happen one of these days, though.
Oh, I wish it does, man. Me and you would be running up games like that all the time. But Ryan actually hit me up. We just got back from Myrtle Beach, and he was down there with us.
You're talking about Aaron's brother, right? When you say Ryan?
Yeah, Aaron's brother. Yeah. So he told me that I just need a power supply to buy the power supply, and he has everything else to build me another PC. So I might take this one and sell it, and then just bank the money on that. But he said he's going to build me another one that's a little bit of an upgrade from what I have. So
if I remember right, Ryan's pretty into that stuff, right? I remember like 4 years ago he was like streaming on Twitch and everything.
He was. He stopped doing that. I think just work schedule, and he's gone back to school trying to finish up a tech degree, an IT degree, I should say, and so with the birth of his son and all that, I think he's just kind of just declined in his play of that kind of stuff. But he just recently built like 4 PCs in the last year and a half for his buddies. So dude knows his shit.
Nice little side hustle.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. So I've upgraded mine, man. I started out with I think I've got a 1660 in mine, and then I had 8 gigabytes of RAM, which was ass. It was miserable. I could not play half the games like Warzone, and I don't know if you heard of this game before, but it's called Arma. It's another like tac shooter where you go into servers and shit and you play. I could barely run that game. Yeah, so I ended up getting.
We used to run.
Good. What'd you say?
Oh, I was about to say we used to run Arma off like a gaming laptop when I was overseas.
Yeah.
Like you had been struggling if you didn't run that, man.
Yeah. So I ended up getting 16 more gigabytes of RAM, so I'm up to 24 now. Or did I have? I think I took the 8 out that was originally in it, and I have 2 16 sticks, so I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, which makes a big difference.
Good job.
Yeah. So I've done a couple upgrades to the PC, but I'd like to get another one. I'd like to get one with a better graphics card. I'd like to get one with just it runs a little bit smoother. I'd like to get a couple more monitors and shit so I can, like, higher quality monitors so I can have better picture quality. So, but
I got you. Man, I got to get on that PC game, though. I think it was literally just yesterday. I'm in a group chat with all my brothers and stuff, and they were just roasting my ass because I couldn't play Baldur's Gate this month.
They
were sending me pictures of their gaming rigs and stuff. Just disrespecting me in the group chat, dude.
That's funny.
Even though it comes out in 2 weeks on PlayStation. Yeah, they're on my.
I got you.
It's like.
Well, I got a couple.
Crying.
No, you're good, man. Sorry, no, you're good. Go ahead and speak something for me real quick.
What's up?
Okay, we got a little bit of a lag. We're gonna work through it. If it gets worse, then we'll pause it out. But we'll see what we got. But so first question I got for you, man, is a question I ask every guest that comes on here because if the purpose of this podcast, and I've said it time and time again, and it really reigns true in my heart and what I want to do with this channel here and grow it. I like to have people to come on that don't have the opportunity to tell their story and kind of let people know that don't know anything about them to know everything there is to know about you. So the first question I got for you, man, for the people that don't know, what are you doing for work, man? What's been going on the last few years of your life?
Uh, man. Well, I currently work for a place called Higher Electric, which is like a multinational, basically just electrical firm. It's I work in the, I guess it'd be like I work for the International Brothers of Electrical Workers, like the union that's pretty much in every big city.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh, so that's been pretty solid, I guess. I guess I'm still technically in the Army Reserves. I got like 2 more years of what's called inactive, and then I get to determine whether or not I'm going to finish the 10 for retirement or not. Which I know Morgan says no, but if they can offer me a sweet bonus, I might see my way back in. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been pretty simple right now for the first time forever.
Good deal. Good deal. Um, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have you close out of your camera and come back into it again and see if that works. Just real quick.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've noticed it's getting a little worse.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This has never happened on my end before. You look good now. You look crystal clear on your picture. I can tell when it's gonna start doing it because it starts to pixelate a little bit. Um,
Yeah, I got you.
yeah, see, you're right on cue again. Um, everybody, listen. I'm just gonna say this now. I say it all the time. We're just yeah, random guys that are trying to do this shit, and we don't have some of the high tech quality cameras. We don't have the high tech quality software. We're just using a Discord video chat. So sometimes things like this are gonna happen. Just ask that you bear with us. If it gets too bad, then I'll go through and run it through an audio or a video software, and we'll fix it up. But nonetheless, man, that's dope. So let me ask you, what made you decide to go into the electrical field? Is that like is that something that you've always wanted to do, or is that just something that kind of caught your interest while you were in the army, like and deployed and stuff?
Well, I went to school for electrical engineering, and I pretty much finished the degree, and then I started a job as a controls engineer, and I absolutely despised it. And honestly, going through school as an electrical engineer kind of sucked too. So I was like, let me try the practical. So I just decided to just, I guess, take the degree, get into the union, learn the practical side of electrical work, I guess. Because kind of the goal I'm shooting for is like, I guess if I get like the 5 year apprenticeship, or finish the 5 year apprenticeship, I kind of want to like see if I can hop in and maybe be like a project manager on like bigger projects around the region. Maybe hop over to like Chicago or something or anywhere else. Like pretty much anywhere in America right now, they got like real big projects going on, like really cool. Like for example, 2 hours east of me, I think, in a place called Kokomo, they're doing this huge battery factory, and they need 800 people working on it, and they can't supply it. And I don't know, I think it'd be pretty cool to hop on some stuff. And they're paying really well for stuff like that because they're really like short on supply
That's dope.
or demand of people, I guess. But I don't know. I just kind of want to see if I can like work my way up to a project manager and start like being in charge of like some of these bigger projects and stuff. I think
I
that would
got
be
you.
real dope.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, man.
What I'm
Hey,
gonna
so
have you
everybody, we've had some connectivity issues with the camera with Alex, so we're gonna just do a voice. He's just gonna stay on the voice side, so the camera side of it for him is gonna go down for now. If we can fix that in the future, like later on in the episode, we will. But nonetheless, man, let me ask you what. So take me back to high school, man. Is that when you decided that you were going to join the army? I want to talk about your time in the military for a little bit, but is that when you decided you were going to join the military, or was that a little bit before you even got into high school? You knew that.
Well, my brother, who's like quite a bit older than me, I think
Hmm.
he's like 40 at this point. He was a U.S. Army, or he was a U.S. Army Ranger. He
Okay.
actually fought in like the Iraq War and stuff. And that was probably back when I was in like elementary school. So kind of growing up, I thought that'd be like a super cool career choice. And then like you get to high school, and I really wanted to go through and get a degree as well. So I was like, I guess I'll just two birds, one stone, get 6 years done in the military and get my college paid for. It's kind of what ended up happening. But the army life kind of sucks. Some people don't like to say it like that. unless
Yeah.
you served, and everybody says the Army sucks. But yeah, so it's kind of like you see a lot of dudes definitely just quitting after their 6 years. And unfortunately, that wasn't me because I kind of got goaded into doing an additional 3 because of that deployment. But now we're sitting on the fence whether we want to finish it out and get the retirement or not.
I got you. So,
But did accomplish all the goals, did get the degree and everything, and here we are.
no debt attached to that, right?
What's up?
I said no debt attached to your degree.
Oh, zero. We got to pay off Morgans as well.
Oh, that's dope, man. You can't beat that
So,
shit.
yeah,
And how long you been in
absolutely
now?
not. A little over 9 years.
No shit.
Yeah,
How,
dude, it felt like forever, honestly.
oh, I guarantee it, man. How old are you?
27.
Okay, so we're the same age. You graduated in 14?
Yeah,
Okay. No shit. So you've been doing it since, well, obviously makes sense. You've been doing it since 18, right?
I think it was like fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
Like I think it was like the July of that summer. Went straight into it.
No shit. So let me ask you, what was the preparation like for you right out of high school? I mean, obviously, I know that you're in good shape now and stuff. I didn't know you back in high school. Were you always in good shape? Because I know I think you told me in the past that you wrestled in high school, right?
Yeah, my preparation for the military was basically the whole school year. I played football, wrestling, and then track right on top of each other. I think I had like a
Holy
total of
shit.
1 week during the average school year where I didn't actually like play a sport. Junior year, actually, I kind of like did football and cross country like hand in hand, kind of in preparation to get my weight down for wrestling.
Okay.
So that was kind of the prep. I don't think I really worked out too much leading up to basic training or anything. I pretty much did like a graduation party every day until we like headed straight into it.
Holy hell, man.
So I don't
What?
know. I actually won like most physically fit at basic training too, because once we got there, you basically just work out for like 10 weeks. And I don't know, half the like you do a PT test where it's like 2 minutes push ups, 2 minutes sit up, and a 2 mile run. And most people show up and they didn't like, have a full year of basically just athletics.
Hmm.
So they show up and they're 2 miles like sitting around like 20 to 25 minutes. But I think mine, I got it down to around like 11 flat on like the final PT test.
You ran 2 miles in 11 fucking minutes?
Yeah, I used to be a mid distance runner on the track team where I'd run like the 4x4, 4x8, all that crap.
Holy
So
shit. That's crazy,
I
man.
don't know. I think it was like the last 3 weeks of basic training. You basically, if you're like physically fit or whatever, you had to like basically help up all the people who were still running in the 18s and doing like 10 push-ups and all that.
Hmm.
So the last like 3 weeks of basic training was just nothing but like working out for basically like 8 hours a day down in
Jesus.
Fort Benning, Georgia, where it was like 100 degrees outside and maximum humidity.
Oh, I guarantee it, dude.
But
Yeah. Holy fuck. That's nuts. That's
that
nuts.
was that was probably the best part of the whole time in the Army, though. Basic training is a blast.
Yeah, so, and I'll touch on this in a minute, but his little brother is getting ready to finish his senior year of high school, and he'll be shipping out in July, I think, of 24, and he's going into the Air Force, so he'll be going to basic in July, I think. So he's a little nervous about that, but he's a skinny guy, but fuck, he cannot do any push-ups, sit-ups, any of that. He's not prepared either. He's not like, and I'm not shitting on him because I'll tell the story too to embarrass myself a little bit. But he he just, I don't think he in his mindset yet. He's like in his mindset, and I have the same mindset, but I think in his mindset he's like, I've got a whole year, essentially like a little bit less than a year now to prepare. And I think he
Uh,
thinks if he starts running like 6 months out, he'll be fine. But I don't know. He's a skinny guy. I'm sure he can make it work. You know what I mean?
that's kind of dangerous, though. If you give yourself that much time and you kind of like, procrastinate on it, that's when I don't know. It's just, you should be doing a little something every day. Especially now that they've kind of switched up the PT formula. It's no longer push ups, sit ups, and a 2 mile run. It's like you got to do something called hand release push ups, hang cleans, 2 mile run. You got to do this weird suicide shuttle race, which is actually like incredibly difficult. And the like 2 years that I did it, that was probably like the biggest fail rate in the military was on it. Be like it was like a 50-meter lane, and as you sprint down and back, then you gotta pull this sled that's got like 90 pounds on it. You got to pull that down and back. Then you got to do like a shuffle down and back. Then you got to grab two 40-pound kettlebells, go down and back. Then you got to sprint. And you got to do all that in about roughly 2 minutes.
That's crazy.
And that's not just something you can like. That's not really something you can just kind of jump into without preparation.
No,
and then you got to do you got to do like a deadlift at the beginning of all that too. So I don't know. It's all got to be done in about like 2 hours. So it's like event after event after event.
Yeah, I think
it's not really something you can just once again just hop right into and just kind of do.
Right. No, I think I've seen like I've watched like videos on YouTube and shit of it. Like you only get so much rest in between, and it's not a lot like in between each thing, right?
I think it's supposed to be like, except for like the 2 mile, because you typically have to like go find a track or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like most units are probably a little more organized than the one I was in, but it would be like 10 minutes max in between each event. And then, everybody would like drive down to the track, and like most people would like smoke cigarettes outside and drink water and all that crap. And then we'd hop on the track like an hour later.
I got you.
Semi refreshed, I guess.
There you go.
But normally that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like a 10-minute period.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. So circling back a little bit, like something that you said that I was going to touch on, but I just kind of let it fall off at the wayside. But so yeah, that's kind of like what pushed me into the Ohio Basic Training Academy for law enforcement. So I was it kind of happened because of a fuck up on my academic advisor's part. So I went in to a community college back in Ohio where I'm from, and I was going to get my associate's degree in criminal justice and then transfer to a 4-year school and get my bachelor's and then decide where I was going to go and what I was going to do. Well, after my first year, so the summer of my first year in college was done and completed, and I was getting ready to go into the fall semester to start my second year, I get ready to start and I get my classes, and there's a corrections class on there. And I look at the schedule and it has corrections major on it, and I was like, hey, like I'm not a corrections major, I'm criminal justice major. I said, is this like the same thing? And they're like, oh no, like you and your I guess it'd be the spring semester, I guess is technically what it is. They said you took a couple corrections classes and you need to essentially do some summer classes before your fall starts, and in order to even have a chance to get your criminal justice degree. And I'm like, so what does that mean? And they're like, well, you're not probably going to get your associates in 2 years. It's probably going to take you 3. And I'm like in my mind,
boy.
Yeah, in my mind as a 19-year-old, I'm like, part of me is like, oh, fuck it, I don't care. And then the other part of me is like, oh, that's going to put me behind a whole year, and I don't want to do that. And I don't want to be bogged down with double classes and stuff. So I said, well, what can we do? And I got a new academic advisor. I went to a guy that I knew from my neighborhood, and he worked for the college, and I asked him what he suggested I do, and he said, the last option I could tell you is you do an accelerated program that allows you to take summer classes, so 2 summer classes. You'll do your fall and spring semester, and then in the next following summer, you'll start in August, and you'll do you can do the police academy option, which is the accelerated program, which you'll get your certification to be a law enforcement officer in the state of Ohio, and then you'll get your associate's degree in your 2.5 year mark. And I said, all right, I mean, I could probably do that. That's what I want to do anyway. And so I sat and thought about it, and I went through it, and I left out of there with the certification and a degree, which was good. It was nice, but this wasn't like a live-in academy. It was a residential academy, or not a residential, a commuter's academy. So I went for each day, and then after the day was done, I went home and stayed at home, and then had to report back there at a certain time the next day. So that academy took 9 months of my life to do, because it was like a college curriculum one. Yeah. So like there was a lot of written tests, like a lot more than so like basically I went 2 years for free out of high school. I went and got 2 years of free education. Well, for the academy, it cost about $6,500 to go through. You had to pay your own way. You didn't get paid while you were in the academy because you weren't commissioned with a law enforcement agency. And then after you did that, you came out of there with your certification, and then you got your job, and you could talk to that department, and they could talk about forgiving student loans. Well, my ass met Erin my last year when I was getting ready to go through the academy, and then I graduated the academy, and then she moved to Indiana, so then I followed her to Indiana. Well, I didn't have any law enforcement certificate, or I mean, like any agency that I worked for in Ohio, so then I moved to Indiana, and then basically had to go do that academy. And then ended up, that's when I left law enforcement the first time, and then got out here in West Virginia and joined a department for a while. But anyway, man, I didn't complete the West Virginia Academy because I'm sure you know what that's like. You've heard the stories about the West Virginia Academy. Like, that's a military based, ran academy. So like they're on your ass for, I think it was post COVID. Pre COVID, it used to be 16 weeks. And you got to go home every weekend and then have to report back Sunday evening. For 16 weeks, you did that. Then COVID hit, and they were doing 12 weeks of just living. You had to stay there for 12 straight weeks, and you were done. I did the course that I was enrolled in for the 187th class was 14 weeks. So the first 7 weeks, you stayed there fully, didn't go home. And then after 7 weeks, you got to go home for the weekends. And then you come back for like the 7 weeks, and then you finished out off your testing and everything. So, but my ass did not prepare for the academy. I ran about 8 months out prior to my admittance date, and I was trying to get in shape. I think I went into that academy, the State Police Academy for West Virginia, at like, I think my weight was, like 217, 218. I went into that academy, and they beat my dick into the dirt, dude. It was terrible. It was awful. But anyway,
I miss weighing about like 220, dude.
what are you sitting at right now?
I'm sitting like a little under 200. Ever since I busted my wrist overseas, man, it's been different.
Has that
It's
affected?
been a lot better though, man.
In what aspect, if you don't mind me asking?
And all that. Well, before I deployed, dude, I used to be like really big into powerlifting. Like, I even actually did a few comps like during deployment and before. Now, that's just kind of all shot, but
Right.
the gains are starting to slowly get back up. But man, can't really do a push up normally or anything anymore. So I got to do like kind of like on the knuckles and everything.
Yeah, kind of keep that wrist a certain way because you have a steel plate in there, don't you, or screws or something?
Yeah, it's screwed into place. It was like a 750-pound tire fell on and pinned it against a Conex wall, if you know what a Conex is. But,
I do not know is that a vehicle?
Conexes are like those shipping containers on the back of like semi trucks.
Oh no shit. Oh okay.
Yeah, but yeah, my friend decided I was like in Saudi Arabia a little too long, so he decided to push the tire off and didn't realize I was behind it, so I pinned the arm against it.
Damn, dude.
Dude, that sucked. That was during COVID too, man. Like, I had to go recover in Kansas and stuff after the surgery for like 3 months, and I was basically in isolation by myself. My friends who packed my stuff, they packed me like one set of clothing and crap. I had to wait for everything to come back out. It was just my clothing and my Xbox. I didn't have internet to download games.
No shit.
Struggle.
Did that affect, and if you don't want to share this, that's no problem, man. I don't know how big you are into talking about this kind of category, but did it affect your like mental health? Did it take a little bit of a wear and tear on you on that aspect of just being like in isolation by yourself for that long?
Not really, because I got to make like phone calls and stuff constantly. Once I got back from Germany and I was back on like everybody else's time, I just kind of called people throughout most of the day. Because everybody else was, the beginning of COVID, everybody else was pretty much in the same situation I was.
Right.
I know Morgan didn't work for like 3 months. That's how I got this bar behind me built. So
That's dope, though. I know. It's
yeah.
So for the people that don't know, I went out there to so Alex and his wife Morgan. Morgan is my wife Erin's cousin. So we are. They introduced us several years ago when I came to the family functions, and Alex and I hit it off pretty instantly. We were in the same
Tyler
boat.
showed up to those used to be pretty rough. Let me tell you.
Hey, we may or may not allegedly have done illicit activities on the family events. So
One
uh,
one of the worst points of my deployment, dude, was that one time. I think I was like, I just worked like a 12 on Thanksgiving, and the Morgan's like, yeah, Grape just got in a fight at a bar,
yeah,
and I was like, bro, what the heck? Like,
yes,
what am I
dude.
missing?
Dude, listen, that Thanksgiving, man, I will forever regret you not being there for that in that situation. They came to me, man, and for those that don't know, that's when I first met Braden too. I never met Braden before that because I think he was still in the military process and he had gotten out and he was working and
Yeah,
everything, and so he wasn't at family functions, and so I finally met him and they came to me and said, "Hey, we want to go to a bar and get a couple drinks," and I said, "All right, that's not a problem." And anyway, without going into too much detail, we went to this local bar in a small town in Ohio, which is right on the Indiana line, and we went there and we definitely were out of place. And Grafe, Braden, and I had a lot of we call it on our podcast, we call it waters. We drank a lot of waters. We
some
got we
waters.
got we got very hydrated, and Grafe started talking to the locals there, and some of the locals felt some type of way about it and wanted to fight. And as always, the negotiator and myself kind of stepped in and tried to take care of the situation, and we did. And needless to say, we were forced to leave the bar and walk back about a mile to the house, and in a very hydrated state of mind. And luckily, the ladies came and got us and walked us back. But yeah, man, I missed you being there, brother. That'd have been a hell of a comeback time
Man,
for you.
I saw that text, man, at like 5 in the morning my time, because we're 8 hours ahead. And I
Right.
just remember sitting there seething, bro. I was like, man, we never went to the bar when I would go to those Thanksgiving stuff. The one Thanksgiving I dipped, and all of a sudden you got Grapes getting in fights.
Yeah, dude. It was a
I was
fun time,
mad, bro.
man. It was a good time. It was a good time. But
It's all good. We got a little wild beer after, so it was good.
that's right. That's right. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to October, brother. It's gonna be a good time. We'll definitely be drinking some waters together then, for sure.
yeah, real hydrated
Real hydrated. Real
out in
hydrated.
Cleveland or wherever it is.
Yeah, right in Cleveland. I think Braden and Lydia are coming too. I think that's what they're doing. They're gonna swing by, and we're gonna hang out. So it'll be cool. But we
Yeah,
just
I remember
actually,
Morgan told me about that.
yeah, we just got back from a couple months ago. We went on that little cousins getaway that you guys couldn't come to because you guys already had plans and everything. But that was a fun time. We rented out a house in Ohio Pile. Which, are you familiar with where Ohio Pile is and everything?
Yeah, I'm familiar there.
Okay, so we went there for the weekend and we did whitewater rafting, which was dope, and then we rented out a house, and it was, dude, Alex, you would have loved this place, bro. It was dope. It was like this old, like bed and breakfast style house. So it was like had like 2 stories and then a basement and everything, which was cool. But this place, man, on the back, like behind the house, was this big. I'd say it was probably about a 20 by 30. Nah, maybe a 20 by 20. I'd say 20 by 20 concrete slab that had wooden posts with a tiled roof, like an A-frame, and it was dope. It had a gas line ran into it, so it had a gas grill. It had like a 10-person hot tub, and then it had a pool right off the side of it. It was dope, man. It was cool. Spent a lot of
Yeah, we after you guys came back or whatever, I think it was like 3 weeks later, we did a trip with Morgan's family to, God, I can't remember what it was called. It was in Ohio. We stayed at like this Airbnb, which is like a 2-story cabin with a hot tub and all that.
That stuff.
Grafe kind of walked me through a bunch of what I missed on that weekend trip.
Yeah, man.
Told me he told me he destroyed some bacon on that grill or whatever.
He did. It
He
was
incinerated it.
he yeah. It engulfed the whole damn grill, bro. We were
Yeah,
stressing that we were gonna have to pay for that, but we cleaned it up and we made it work. But it was a good time
we're
nonetheless. Um,
gonna
oh
have to
my
line
God.
something up for a better time next year, man.
Yes, dude. We're gonna make it work. We're wanting to do it as an annual thing, like where we go for a weekend a year, because we always talk about it and we wanted to be about it, and um, just kind of wanted to get together, man, outside of holidays where everything's rushed in like 2 days. And obviously with like Easter, when you guys come down our neck of the woods for Easter, it's like you got your Saturday, which is consumed by the Easter dinner and everything, and then you've got the evening. And they came over to my house, in my place, and But then you have to be up early for the sunrise service, so like you can't stay up too late because you're dragging ass. Because then you have to turn around and drive the next day, and you don't want to be tired driving 5-6 hours. So, um, but
All
yeah,
right.
we're gonna make it an annual trip, man. Hopefully you two can tag along. Well, you three, well, no, it's no kids. We're trying to do it no kids, but you two can tag along, and
Well,
we'll just get to share some stories.
we'll just drop Isla off at a grandparents' house on the way, I guess.
That's right. Make it work.
So
But
yeah, I'll be all good.
I got to tell you though, man, and I'm sure Grafe already filled you in, but me and Noah, I got Noah a little turn up,
I
dude.
heard. I heard. I heard it
Dude,
got a little wacky over there.
he walked in, bro. Friday night, they got in late as shit. They were the last two to arrive for him and Caitlin, and I had my pong table and shit. We didn't play pong Friday night. Saturday was a night where you just kind of like took the time to really just enjoy it. But he reaches in my cooler. He's like, "Hey, buddy, do you mind if I get a couple beers?" And I was like, "Fuck no, bro." I said, "Come on, go ahead and grab some." And then Saturday, I just was force feeding him, bro. Force feeding him, and he
Well,
was
that's good to hear, man.
he was tanked. He was tanked Saturday night, and it was awesome. It was a good time with everybody, though. It was fun.
That's huge. I remember, I think it was like two Thanksgivings ago. Like they had that punch or whatever sitting out, and I like poured some of the flask in the cup. And I remember like Caitlin like kind of whispering to me like in secret. She was like, "Did you pour liquor in there?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I did."
I don't know what you're
Acting
talking
real
about.
weird
Just
about it.
drink up.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
I think that
flasks
was when they were like cuddling together on that chair playing Skyrim on the laptop or
on a
whatever.
dude. You know what, man? I gotta say,
They've come a long way.
they've come a long way. And Noah, man, the whole trip just talked, bullshitted, asked
That's
questions,
what I heard, man.
like just was all about it, man. It was cool to see that side of Noah because haven't got to see that side prior to that, and it was good, man. He's a good dude. At the end of the day, he really is, and everybody comes from different backgrounds of life and might be raised a certain way and have certain beliefs, and what they think is normal is not what I think is normal, or what I think is normal is not what they think is normal. So, but it was cool to coincide for those
100%.
couple days. So, but we just missed we had the puzzle there. We were just it's like you build a puzzle and you lose the last piece and you're so pissed because you're right there and having it done. You spent all the time to build it. You're the last piece of the puzzle we were missing on that. So hopefully we'll have it complete next year. It'll be a good time.
That's how it always has been, man. I think it was like last year too when like Morgan went out to Maryland to see Grafe and Laura, and you guys ended up coming out there. I think I was doing another stupid army trip too during that
You
crap.
you were. I remember. Yeah, we went to Grafe and Laura's house, and because we went to the Cincy Zoo, I think it was, and Morgan came, and Colin and Melissa came, and it was a good time. But yeah, as always, man, you were
Man,
gone, man.
I'm cursed, dude.
We're gonna have to plan this. Hey, when do you still do drill? I assume.
No, not currently. I'm on inactive, so I got like 2 years off.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, so I haven't done anything this year.
Okay, so
It's been absolutely great.
how does that work? So is that something that? Sorry, are you like a reserve title now? Then is that how that is, or?
Yeah, it's well, I was active reserves. Now they get throw you on something called IRR, which is like their inactive reserve lists, where it's like they'll pull you if they need you.
Okay,
And besides that, you just kind of live life for those 2 years, and then you determine whether you want to come back in or just get out after the 2 year period's up.
gotcha. Kind of like a
That's kind of what I'm
transition.
sitting right now.
So do they do that to allow you to have like a transitional phase where, if that's something like where you're really gearing to get out of the military, to kind of give you time to incorporate yourself into like the civilian lifestyle? Is that why they do that?
Yeah, in active duty, they give that to you basically just to do that,
Okay,
and then they'll give you like the wiggle room to come back in if like whatever doesn't line up. But for reserves, it's just kind of like 2 years off.
that's dope. That's dope. That's cool. So you said work's been good. You steady with work then?
Oh, yeah, everything's great.
Good. Good, man. I'm glad to hear that, dude. I know that you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I know the last time we spoke, when I came out to your place, you were trying to get on somewhere for a job. Did you end up getting on with that company that you wanted to, or did you end up going a different route?
No, that was to get into the union. That was when I was
Okay.
working as a controls engineer when I was with you, and every single day was spent wishing I was fucking dead or somewhere else because that job was miserable. But yeah, I ended up getting in pretty soon after that.
I got you. Good deal, man. I'm glad to hear that. So just to circle back to your time in the military, talk me through, man. Like, if you could name top three places that you got deployed to or that you've experienced, what would you say those top three places would be?
Man, I think I total got to visit like 7 different countries,
No shit.
and it was like everything was kind of unique in its own way. Like, honestly, the best country I went to was probably Kuwait. The place I went to was called Camp Arif John, and they describe it as like Las Vegas in the Middle East. So like you
Okay.
get there, and it's like a full city of basically tents and just brown buildings. Like I don't really know how to describe it besides that. They got like the big gyms, they got the big movie theaters, the pools, everything. You go to the chow hall, they got like wing night where they'll give you a plate and the plate will bend with like how much food they put on it,
Holy
which was
shit.
huge because I was trying to keep my calories up because I was pre wrist injury. So I was trying to still consume like 35 to 4,000 calories a day. So I got to
Holy
hop in the
hell.
line, slam down some wings and fry. I wasn't really even worrying too much about what I was eating at that point because you were sweating too much because it was like 105 degrees, 100%
Oh,
humidity at all
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
So it was just flowing out of my body. Like I honestly rarely like pissed when I was out there because dude, I was just sweating so much, like just kind of standing there.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like that's actually where I did my last powerlifting competition too. I got a picture like the dude I think I took third out of 10. And the dude I lost to, the dude I took first, it was like unreal. I got to watch him deadlift. I think it was like sumo style 725. And
That's
like he picked it
crazy.
up like it was like practically nothing, dude. It was like outrageous. But yeah, there was like movie theaters and everything there. I don't know. It was just kind of like it was kind of like a resort type deal for the military.
That's
But
cool,
you're
man.
only there typically Arab Johns where like you go to hold over for like a month until you go out to your actual job site, which is where we went to Saudi Arabia,
Okay.
which was nothing like Kuwait. That place was a shithole. That's where I spent the next like 9 months until
Mm.
Gibson messed up my wrist. But it wasn't all bad, I guess. Saudi Arabia was cool. I'd prefer to do that over the 17-day trip that I got to go to last year in Wisconsin, where I missed you guys going out to Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You kind of get used to the life out there. Um, there was a lot of like real radical nonsense that, of course, took place while I was out there. But besides that, it was like kind of you just wake up, do your job, go to the gym, play Xbox, go to bed type deal. And then like the third, I guess if I had to pick like a third spot, it'd probably be Romania. We went to this village that was kind of like what you'd picture a village in America to look like 200 years ago, except like all the wooden and like mud houses had Audis parked outside of them, which was kind of weird.
Okay.
And we get to visit Dracula's castle, which is like probably the biggest tourist trap in Europe. And it was home of the 50 Cent Jack and Coke. So,
Got to partake in that
got,
then.
yeah, got to get a little litty over there. But
That's dope.
yeah, man, I don't know. We did a lot of cool stuff during my time in the military. A lot of the worst crap we did was honestly in the States. But yeah, going overseas and seeing all the different cultures and everything was pretty much a lot of fun. Just seeing how like the different countries and everything, like how they go about their days and life and everything. And Riyadh wasn't as fun though. We got to go to Riyadh in Saudi, and it was like we went to a cheesecake factory. It was like Riyadh's like their major city out there. It's like going into like a Chicago, I guess.
Okay.
And it was like I guess if you were like a male, it'd be a lot of fun. But like the two women we had in our group, they were getting called like very inappropriate names the whole time we were out there because they had more than just their eyeballs showing, I guess.
Right, right, right.
But yeah, that part of the Middle East isn't very cool. I guess they're not very progressive. But I don't know. It was a lot of fun for the most part. You meet a lot of cool people too. Probably a lot of my best friends for life I met during my time in the military. And yeah,
That's dope, man. That's dope. I know that everybody that I've talked to, I've got some buddies that have been in the military, and they all kind of say the same thing. It's like the band of brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go through hell and you go through all that shit and stuff that you do for so long, and you just end up having lifelong friends out of that. So that's cool though.
yeah.
Uh,
Like honestly, probably one of the best situations, or one of the coolest situations that happened while I was overseas, well, at least in Saudi Arabia,
Mm-hmm.
was they actually thought there was a bomb on base. So me and my friend TyBow were driving this thing called the Hemi Wrecker back on a base so we can go to lunch. But they told us we had to block the road to make sure nobody could like get off. So me and TyBow were basically stuck in this wrecker with like very minimal AC for 13 hours, parked parallel or perpendicular on the road. And for 13 hours, we basically just had to figure out ways to like humor ourselves before we went crazy, got burning up in the heat, I guess.
Right, right. I'm sure.
I don't know. It ended up being a lot of fun, but if that car ended up speeding towards us, I guess we had to like barrel roll out the sides and everything. But
Right, right.
I don't know.
Holy shit. That's
Little
nuts.
stuff, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That's dope, man. That's cool. Do you have any questions for me, man? I don't want to feel like I'm putting you on blast and putting you in the hot seat, but that's what I like to do. I mean, it's not really even about me doing this. I just like to hear your story. I didn't know if you had any questions for me at all.
Oh man, I don't know what to ask. That hasn't probably already been asked on the show, dude.
Yeah, yeah, no, I understand that. We got a couple. Some people have asked us questions and stuff about like why we wanted to do this, and I've already explained all that stuff and all that. But that's cool, man. I just wanted to give you a chance to. I didn't want you to feel like I was coming down your throat trying to ask you a shit ton of questions and put you in the hot seat. But that's
No,
dope.
you're good.
That's dope. So, kind of talk me through this. Probably the last couple questions I got for you before we move on to our next segment and stuff. But and definitely love to have you come back on again in the future. But let me talk to you real quick about like civilian life. So like obviously people that don't know, you have a baby girl who's what just turned 2 not too long ago, right?
Yeah, she's about 2 in a month at this point.
Okay, that's dope. So how's fatherhood been for you, man? How's that transition been?
Oh, it's been great. She's officially hit the terrible twos, I would like to say.
Yeah,
She's got this fun new game where it's like I'll be sitting there trying to play games or whatever, and she'll like tell me I need to lay flat. She won't
that's
tell me that. She'll kind of point and then
hmm
yell at me if I'm laying any other position. And then she'll like climb on my stomach and like jump off. And essentially she'll do that like 200 times.
that's crazy.
Or I don't know. Her new favorite game is to basically bully me and Morgan, which is pretty hilarious.
That's funny.
Or we just got this new pool, and basically last time we went into it, I think she wanted me to like throw her into the water maybe 100 times. We'd be like, you would do like a count, like 1, 2, 3, and she'd count along with me, and then I'd toss, or I'd pretend to toss her, and actually throw her in the water. She's a little too young for that, I guess.
Yeah, no, I got you.
She's not ready for that. But
Not ready for the torture that comes with
yeah,
the pool. Yeah, I feel it.
I'd pick her up and put her down kind of fast, I guess, and then
Yeah,
she'd splash, and yell, "Yay!"
that's funny. Is it an above
Yeah,
ground pool that you got or what?
yeah. We got a lot of crap in our yard, so we couldn't really put it in ground. Unfortunately, there's like we got septic and everything, so marking
Oh,
all of it
okay,
out was kind of a pain in the ass. So we had to go with like a mid-size above ground,
okay.
which it
That's
does
cool
the
though, man.
job, you know.
Oh yeah,
But
it's still probably what like 4 or 5 feet deep.
I think it's like in the middle, it gets a little over 4.5.
That's cool. That's dope, man.
So it's not as wide as you'd want, but like I said, we have a little too much stuff just going on underground. So it's like an 18 footer.
That's cool though,
But
man. That's dope.
no, it's good.
Yeah, that's what.
Unfortunately, we've had like one of the coldest summers to date, so I haven't been able to use it a whole lot. But
Damn, damn.
we had a Monday like 2 weeks ago. It was like 67 degrees out. Like what the fuck?
No shit.
Yeah.
It's been steamer down here, man. It's been in the 70s, 80s, and no rain. It's been dry as hell, and we need some rain. We had what was it, the week before vacation, because we were gone last week. The week before that, we had a couple thunderstorms that like really saturated the ground enough where I could mow, but it's still like in a day it was all dry again. Like it was just like I mowed the last time, and I was blowing dust everywhere, and it was terrible. But yeah, I hate to hear that, but I guess that's what you get for being in the Midwest, right?
Yeah, right. Our weather's ever so predictable, you know. It's all good though, because this week where I got to work a couple 12s, it's finally getting up into the 90s/100s. I think it's supposed to be like 108 on Thursday. So I'm hoping to be able to hop in that date. But the next 2 days, I'm kind of booked working two 12-hour days. So
Phew.
it's kind of screwed on that front.
Yeah, no, I feel it, man. I feel it. Um, I don't know if I told you. I've talked about this on the pod before, but I haven't really kind of had the chance to tell you. I don't think. So I don't know if you knew this or not because you knew I was selling cars, right? You knew I was doing
I was
that.
actually going to ask about that. Like, what went down for that, man? What's that
Dude,
all about?
what do you mean? Like what got me into that, or like what happened with that?
I feel like I started seeing you promoting cars on Facebook,
Yeah,
and then just kind of like out of nowhere, I just stopped seeing them.
yeah,
I
yep.
was
So
kind of like wondering what was going on with that.
no, no, man. So yeah, so I've just had a little bit of a career hiccup, where like I said in the past on past episodes, I left law enforcement. I didn't graduate the academy through West Virginia. Um, it is what it is. People can say what they want. It's a hard academy. It wasn't anything physical. I knew that I wasn't going to be in the best physical shape. It was just all mental for me as far as being away from Erin, who was pregnant at the time, like end of the line, pregnant, ready to deliver kind of shit. And
Oh yeah, that stuff weighs on you pretty hard.
it does, man, and so I knew that I was only going to be there for the birth, and then had to turn around and come back the next day, and that just kind of didn't sit right with me. I'm a big family guy as far as just being with the family, having family time, and all this shit. So anyway, I was in a rough spot, man, mentally rough spot, financially, and I needed a job, and in my mind, I knew that I wasn't going to go back into law enforcement. I knew that my time with that was done. I've tried it too many times. It didn't work out, so I just needed to hang it up. So I saw this ad on Indeed, and I said, hey, I'm going to go try out you know, the I've done retail before. I can bullshit anybody. It's all about just product knowledge, and it ain't that hard to learn about cars. So I was like, I could try this. I can make good money. I'm a people person. People like me when I bullshit with them and stuff. And so called the guy, got the interview the next day. He said that the sales jobs were open, and he needed a couple guys, and if I wanted to come in, I went in the next day. He offered me the job, told me the pay scale. I sat down, talked it over with Aaron, and started selling cars. Did that for 8 months, 9 months, something like that. Um, had a really good first couple of months. Hit a couple slow spots during the months, like around midsummer. It kind of people were on vacation, going back to school. They weren't spending a bunch of money. The economy took a shit as far as like how we could do deals on cars, and so I just was living paycheck to paycheck, man. And it got to the point, and I'm not boohooing or bitching or whining, but it got to the point where like it was either put food in the fridge or put gas in the car to go to work. And so I knew that I wasn't going to want to live like that much longer. And so I just kind of started looking around, man, and went on state jobs for West Virginia. And I applied for an inspection job for the state doing underground oil tank inspections. So going to like gas stations and factories where they have like the gas tanks and the oil tanks, and inspect those to make sure they're working properly. And I applied for it and got turned down on that job. They said I didn't meet the qualifications because I don't have a bachelor's degree. Um, Stayed
You
there
need a
for
bachelor's degree for that?
yeah, unfortunately. So I stayed at the dealership for another month. Went on the state website again, and came across an organization called the Alcohol Beverage Control Administration, so the ABCA, which deals with all crimes related to alcohol and alcohol related offenses, both. Well, just solely for businesses. So I'm basically a glorified inspector. So I go into businesses, and I inspect that they're carrying the right stock for the license that they carry, because there's several different alcohol licenses. So I'm not going to get into that, but so I do that, and then I do some work where I just kind of do some behind the scenes stuff. We'll say that, and just a lot of different aspects in it. And it's like people get DUIs. I go and investigate that to make sure that it wasn't the bar's fault, like they overserved. There's like shootings or stabbings or kind of like anything crazy like that. I'll work with law enforcement agencies on that end to see if the bar was responsible for that, like due to people being in altered mind states from alcohol. So went through that whole process, man. It took about 2 months of working my ass off to try to get to that position, and I got a call back in December, and I've been doing that ever since. And this is a job that I will die at. It's a very good job. I make good money for what it is for where I live. I make good money. I make my own schedule. which is a big plus. So I basically have to work 40 hours a week, but it doesn't matter when I work those hours as long as I get 40 hours in every week, which is dope.
So do
So
you just try to knock out like 8 a day or something like that, or how's that
yes,
go?
yeah, I really wish I could do 4 10s and be off 3, but they only slot you 8 hours a day. Um,
Ah,
so I do 5/8, but man, like it's cool because like today I worked an 11 to 7, and I chose to work that. I'll work on Sunday so I can have a day off during this week. But yeah, man, it's cool. Like if I want to get up at 9 o'clock and I want to work a 9 to 5, or if I want to work a 4 to midnight, or I want to work a 2 to 10, or whatever, I have the freedom to do that, which is really dope. It allows me to be home a lot more than I would have at the car dealership. And obviously, the state insurance is chef's kiss. It's money. It's really good insurance, and so I had third party insurance at the dealership where I was paying for it out of pocket. So that was like a $700 a month bill. That just was killing me. And so now, obviously, the insurance being offered through my employer, it comes out of my paycheck prior to with taxes and everything. And so the money that I bank is money that I don't have to worry about spending on a bill like that, which is really nice. So.
no, that's absolutely huge, man.
Yeah, man, it was a process, dude. I didn't think I was going to get the job. My supervisor, God bless her, she's a wonderful lady. She has been the best boss that I've ever had in my entire working career. Um, she just gives a shit about you, um, and just really wants to see you succeed and grow. I started out as an enforcement agent too, and so the next step for me is in about 4 or 5 years, hopefully getting promoted to an enforcement level 3 position, which will allow me to be a training agent to train in new hires, which will come with a pay increase, obviously, and a little bit more responsibilities. And then next step after that will be a supervisor in a region, and then the next step after that would be a director. So the director over the whole organization. But that's stuff down the road. But I'm enjoying it. Each day is something brings something new, um, and yeah, man, I love it. It's awesome. I can't complain at all.
That's good to hear, dude.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's so.
But I had
I
no idea
got.
what you've been up to lately.
Man, I haven't been active on social media as much. I just been trying to kind of lay low and just do my thing, and just really enjoy, you know, private lifestyle essentially. And with people that are in my family and friend group and everything, they know what I've been on, and that's no intentional disrespect to you. It's just I know you're fucking balls to the wall busy too. So
Oh, dude.
I know you're working your ass off, and I know you got a busy lifestyle with your baby and everything. So, but yeah, man, it's been really good. Just kind of the change of pace of things, and yeah, I can't, like I said, I can't complain, man. I'm living life every day and enjoying it. So
Nah, dude. Luckily, work here has been pretty casual lately. I've just been
good.
doing like 5 10s, but basically in the union, it's like you got to reach a certain amount of hours to get your pay raises.
Okay.
So I've been just kind of doing like an extra 8 on Saturdays pretty much every week while it's available on this big hospital they're trying to finish.
Okay.
Just because it gets the raises done a little faster, but it's
Right.
not like it's like something we need to do. It's just kind of beneficial for because every year you're supposed to technically get like two raises. Then you get a raise every June when they do the contract negotiations.
Okay.
But it's like if you hit those hours, it's like every 6 months you get like a little $3-ish bump until 5 years finishes.
That's cool. That's awesome, dude.
So it's been pretty calm lately.
Good.
Finally, minus the next 2 days where we got to go make sure this PLC is running in the stupid factory, so we got to be there for 212s.
Yeah, that is tough, but hey, you know what? It's not like it's an everyday thing. So, which is cool.
Oh, absolutely not.
Which
We
is
got
cool.
dudes around here like we got factories like I don't know, Gary, they have like 6 different factories like BP, Cleveland Cliff, stuff like that, where they'll
Hmm.
be running like the dudes there will be running like 712s. And
Wow.
I just don't know how you do that really.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just sounds miserable.
Cool. That is nuts.
Oh,
You good?
yeah, all good.
Okay, I thought you said hold on 1 second. My bad.
Oh, no, you're good.
Well, man, if you're cool with it, brother, I'd like to hop into the this or that segment that we do, and then move on to our nice chat, and then we'll finish out this episode, and hopefully the next time that you come on, we'll have our two guests back, and or our two co-hosts back, and be able to chop it
Oh
up with you
man,
again, man. But
Downgrading him to guest, dude. What the hell?
I know. They're gonna kill me once they hear that. um. So basically, I kind of told you already off camera how this or that works. So the first one I got, and I'll let you answer first. Um, Gold versus silver. I guess in the aspect of jewelry. So I don't know if you wear a lot of jewelry, if you have any, if you have care about these two answers or not. But nonetheless, man, what you got?
Oh man. I think gold's worth a little more, so I'd probably shoot for that. Plus, when I was 5 years old, I had Pokemon Gold instead of silver, so
Okay,
that's probably gonna be my choice on that one. Probably four. Probably gold and four.
gold in four. Okay, I respect
Yeah,
that.
probably going
Um,
gold and four.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go gold as well. I'm gonna give silver a game on the series. I'm gonna look at it the aspect of jewelry. I've got a silver chain with a pendant on it, a silver pendant, and then I've also got a gold chain with a gold pendant. Like you said, gold's probably worth a little bit more. I think gold looks a little bit better, but gotta show love to silver in that little aspect. But I'm gonna take gold in five. Um,
I'll give it this: when like silver ages, it doesn't look nearly as rough as like gold does when it gets a little dirty.
very true. Very
Gold
true.
just kind of looks like shitty metal when it gets dirty,
Yeah,
while
like
silver kind
dull,
of
like
still
really dull.
maintains like that.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
I agree. I agree. Something else I forgot to tell you on this or that. Basically, we'll go through this seven. I have seven options on this. So 14 total choices, but seven categories, and you can pick your matchup of the day, like what category you like the best, essentially. But if you want to wait till the end to
sounds
do that,
good.
or if there's one that really you're like, oh, that's it, you can tell me there. Um,
I'm
next
gonna
one I
wait
get.
till the end.
Okay, that's cool. Next one I got for you is pudding versus Jello.
Dude, that's a tough one. Man, I think I'm gonna go with Jello just because of Jello shots, but
Hell yeah.
It's still real tight. I'm gonna go Jello. I'm gonna go the whole thing. Jello and seven.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
that's a real tough one, man.
Real tough one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna
I'm
go to.
still sitting on the fence.
You still
Like
sit.
game seven was like extra innings, like 4-3, man.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go pudding in seven. Um, you can't beat a fucking snack pack, bro. I mean, a snack pack, vanilla or
Bro, that's what
honestly
makes it so
chocolate,
tough, dude.
chocolate snack pack just smacks you in the lips when you intake that. So
Bro, you ever get one of those like Swiss Miss hot chocolate snack packs or whatever?
no, dude, I haven't.
They
That
sell them out here, and I think it's like kind of only out here. But man, shit smacks.
shit smacks. Okay. Okay. Might have to have you ship me a couple of those.
Yeah, I'll send you a few in the mail.
There we go. There we go. Third one I got movie date versus dinner date.
Man, I love going out to eat, bro.
Oh, 100%. 100%. This ain't a competition for me. I'm going to take.
I was about to say, I feel like that's not as close as it should be. Like, I haven't actually gone out and seen a movie in a minute.
Me
I'm
neither,
probably
dude.
gonna go dinner date in like 5.
Dinner and five. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I'll
take.
give movie slides in 1, but that's probably about it.
I'm gonna agree with you on that. I think I'm gonna take dinner and five. I love to go out and eat, man. Love to go and experience new restaurants and shit like that. So
Oh, absolutely, dude. We got like 2 pages of restaurants that we're trying to try around here. We kind of just knock one out like every month and stuff.
that's dope.
I'd
That's
love it.
cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Number four, soda versus juice.
I'm gonna go juice in 5.
Juice and five. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going juice in 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6 games, and I'm gonna take juice. Soda, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I drink a lot of water now with my diet and shit that I'm on, but I could put away some soda. But I think juice for the flexibility of flavor, and it just doesn't hit you as hard. I think I'm gonna take juice and six on that.
Yeah, it's kind of my thought. It's like I really cut back on drinking soda. So
Hmm.
basically, it's like unless I'm mixing it with like Jack or
Yeah,
I'm drinking it on a flight, that's pretty much it.
yeah. No, I agree. I like that take on it. Um, num-
Yeah.
Number five, I got. I don't know if you're gonna care about this one or not, but boxing versus UFC.
Well, I'm really huge into combat sports,
Okay.
and I'm definitely gonna go UFC in 4 because boxing's kind of boring,
Okay.
and I feel like the best boxers probably it doesn't really like the best boxers just don't do well in the UFC. I'd take it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't really watch the last like good boxing fight I saw, minus like Jake Paul knocking out Ben Askren, was probably like Pacquiao Mayweather, and I remember writing a
Yeah.
paper on that in college. So I thought Mayweather was definitely cheated, or he definitely cheated to win that crap. Definitely thought that was rigged.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember watching that fight, dude. It was a good
That
fight.
shit had it had me livid, dude. I was so like, there's no way Pacquiao lost that.
Right, right. Nah, I'm with you. I'm gonna take UFC in 4 as well. That's where I'm gonna rock with. Um,
Did you watch the fights yesterday?
I did not. I did see the highlights and shit after the fact, but yeah, I did not get to actually watch them.
Oh man,
Broadcasting.
you missed some good stuff, dude.
You watched it? You watched the card?
Yeah,
That's dope.
Sugar Sean, bro,
Yep.
that finish was so beautiful. You know, honestly, I love that thing that fighters do, where it's like Gaethje just did this like a few weeks ago, where it's like after you knock the dude to the ground,
Hmm.
you kind of hit him with that karate chop
Yeah.
on the face.
Yep.
Every fighter does that shit, and I find that hilarious.
I do. I did watch the Gaethje Poirier fight though. I did watch that card. That was a good card.
That one, that one got super rough, dude. I think I drank quite too many waters during that one.
Yeah,
But it was
we were actually off our first annual beer Olympics. So waters were
really,
flowing all day. Yeah, and we watched the fights at night after that. And yeah, it was a live event. We'll say that it was very lively.
yeah. We Morgan just bought me like this kegerator type thing,
Oh, that's
where
sick.
it's like a reusable one. You kind of pour the beer in and then you drink it, and it's got like a perfect crisp draft taste.
Hmm.
So I was just knocking those back for like 5 hours straight watching those fights.
That's awesome.
Got
That's
tough.
that's that's good there, man. That's sweet. I like it.
Oh man, it's the best.
Um, Number 6, ice cream versus cake.
Ice cream in 4,
Hands down, no competition, right?
bro. I hate cake. Actually, that's not right. There's this person in Ohio who makes like the birthday cakes. That's like kind of close to where Morgan's dad lives or her parents live,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's probably the only cake ever that I didn't think sucked. Minus like I guess an ice cream cake, but that's just ice cream at that point.
Oh yeah, 100%,
So
100%.
easy ice cream for.
Easy ice cream in 4. Okay. I'm a rock with that as well. I'm gonna agree with you. And the last one that I have, cats versus dogs.
I'm gonna go dogs in 5.
Dogs in 5. Yeah, I'm gonna go 6 games. I'm gonna keep it 6 games. I'm gonna go dogs in 6. I just like I'll give cats a couple games just through the fact of care for them, and like they're pretty self sufficient animals, which makes it nice. But man's best
Man, I
friend,
feel
you
like
know
I
what I'm
gotta take
saying?
it back. Actually, I feel like I have to go cats and 6 to be honest. Cats are very self sufficient.
Yeah,
Like they're very low maintenance compared to a dog.
yeah, 100%.
Plus, my dog did this thing kind of like I don't know if you ever met our dog Bento.
Yeah, I met Bento. Yeah,
Yeah, you know how like Bento doesn't bark or anything.
right.
Well, it's like I let him out at like 4 in the morning. I think it was like last week, and like the dude doesn't make any noise. But an ambulance drove by the house, and like I heard this weird like I don't know, it was like a moaning noise in the backyard, kind of like someone was making like a really bad ghost impression. And I opened the door. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh
And all of a
my
sudden, I
god.
see Bento walking up to the door, dude. He's going, "Woo!"
Oh my god, that's funny.
Dude, scared the shit out of me, man. I was like,
That
"What the
is
hell?"
that's funny as shit, dude.
I was about to ready to move, dude. Thought
Yeah.
our house was haunted.
Oh my god, that's funny. That is funny. Um, so out of all the categories, you need me to run back through them, or do you have your matchup of the day?
Uh, Jello and pudding by far, dude.
Yeah, that's your matchup of the day. I think I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Yeah, that one's tough.
That was the closest one, I think, for me too.
Yeah,
That's good. That's awesome. Um,
yeah, definitely getting.
what we're gonna do, man, we're gonna run into our nice chat segment. And I'm gonna give the analytics real quick, and then we'll go into it. So
All right.
due to us not doing an episode last week, with scheduling conflicts, we did 4 categories as always. and they were favorite dream cars, favorite decompression techniques, favorite holidays, and favorite childhood memories. We had 30 votes in total, so much love to y'all. Appreciate you guys taking the time to vote on the pod. We had favorite decompression techniques come in last place with 13% of the voting population. Favorite holidays came in third place with 16% of the voting population. Dream cars came in second with 30% of the voting population. And then 40% of the voting population, with our winner that we'll rank real quick, is favorite childhood memories. So 30 total votes. We appreciate you guys taking the time to vote on that, but that's what we got, man. So what we'll do is you can start it off. You can give your number 5. I'll give my 5, and then we'll go down to 1.
I kind of wrote it down on my phone, so I'm gonna have to have you go first real quick, because I'm gonna have to like get off the screen real fast.
No, you're fine,
It's gonna
man.
get real awkward.
No, you're good, man.
Got to remember the order.
You're good. Not a problem at all.
I'll let you take the 5.
All right, I got you. So my number 5 for me is gonna be playing outside or riding bikes. Just in general, like just playing outside with our friends and stuff, man. Playing, hide and go seek or relivio or wiffle ball or touch football, tackle football, kickball. Riding bikes was a big thing for me in my neighborhood growing up. So like we rode out of the neighborhood and rode on the main street to like go to like convenience stores and get candy or get chips or something, get slushies, and that just nothing like makes you feel like a grown up as a little kid than like having the freedom to like ride your bike anywhere you want. So that'll be my number 5.
Yeah, I definitely hear that, and that definitely at least a couple of those might be in my top 5 as well.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say the order.
No, you're good, man.
But number 5 for me would probably be childhood, playing like airsoft and paintball type deal.
That's dope.
I don't know how big that is around like the Ohio, West Virginia, and everything, but man, we used to have wars, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I remember there was this one summer, I think it was like literally the 7th grade, dude. There was like 30 of us playing, and there's this like wooden area there's this place called Diversitech near where we live.
Okay.
And it was like I think it was like back in the little history lesson right here. Back in like the early 1900s, Mantino had the ability to either have a mental hospital or the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and they took a mental hospital. And since then, the place has become completely dilapidated. There hasn't been patients forever. I think they actually knocked it over to the ground finally. But there's this huge wooded area by it, and it was like, I don't know, they had like a few like abandoned buildings nobody ever went in. It was next to a golf course. Like at nighttime there'd be no one driving around or playing near it.
Right.
And it was like we used to set like anywhere between like 10 to 30 people up in the woods, and we just run around in our crappy little plastic airsoft guns and shoot each other in the face.
That's funny. That's dope. I definitely did that. We didn't have like the area to do that, and where I grew up and everything at least, but we just ran around the neighborhoods with our machine guns and little pistols and shit. And I'm sure the neighbors really loved that idea of kids running around shooting each other with plastic BBs and shit. But it was fun. It was a good time.
Did you ever have to point the orange tip out when someone would drive by and give you a look?
Yeah, we had to do it a couple of times. I'm surprised the cops didn't get called on us as kids, but nonetheless, hey, we made it work.
Surprisingly, it was very little, like the amount of times we've had cops show up for that stuff.
That's funny. That's dope.
Very minimal.
I don't think they were as realistic back then as they are now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like every gun was mandatory with an orange tip, and now you have like the bolt action sniper rifles. You have the CO2 powered ones that just like sting like a son of a bitch.
No, they were getting some pretty crazy ones by the time we like finished high school. I had this friend who got like one of those sniper rifles that were probably like 600 FPS. And I remember he shot my friend Jeremy in the arm, and it like broke skin like real bad.
No shit.
I was like, damn, dude, I kind of don't want to be involved in the sport right now. I remember we all playing with those cheap Dick Sporting Goods guns. And it was a lot more fun.
Exactly. That's funny as hell. Number 4 for me, man. I'm just going to go with making cookies, Christmas cookies in specific, at my grandmother's house growing up, man. It was
That's
dope.
A good one.
Yeah, just it is dope, man. Got to taste test all the cookies, so it was obviously a win there, but it was cool just to have the fam together, all the cousins and bullshit, and make cookies, man. As a little kid, it was dope. So that'd be my number 4.
Man, I didn't even think about that, bro. Did you have like the Did you have like the mom or whoever would bust out like 4 things of whipped cream and just kind of like color them,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
then you like you dunk the cookies and all that.
Yep. Yep. That's what we did.
Yeah,
That was the last thing. That was the last cookie we made was our cutout cookies and shit like that.
man, I remember that shit always being hype every year, dude.
Yep.
Make like make like too many of those, dude. We put like the worst designs on them and everything.
Yep.
Have like
Yep.
yellow Christmas trees and shit, man.
That's funny. So that's funny.
Yeah. Number 4 for me would actually be learning how to ride bikes because that pretty much changed the game at age 5.
That's dope, dude. I didn't even think about that. I mean, I said
I
bikes, but
mean,
like the learning aspect of
yeah,
it. That's cool.
I was about to say there's not a lot more to pile on it. Like that's basically just how we did everything from age like I don't know 5 to pretty much 16.
Exactly.
That's how we got everywhere and did pretty much everything.
That's dope, dude. That's dope.
I don't even remember like what age we were allowed to start like free riding around the neighborhood, but I think it was like under the age of 10. I want to say like 9 or 10, like mid
Hmm.
elementary school.
Yep.
Maybe
Yep.
not like around the whole town, but like within like a couple miles.
Yeah, I think that was how it was for us. Like, I think I was like fourth or fifth grade, and that's when we got the freedom to kind of do what we wanted in the summertime, especially the summertime, like being off of school. Like, we just got to ride bikes all day. It was dope. It was cool.
Yeah, it was that's pretty much how we get to practice every single day or get to school and everything. I don't know, it was kind of like a game changer at that age, I feel.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you, man.
Which
That's dope.
which is kind of goofy because apparently where Morgan grew up, she never learned how to like ride a bike because in Maryland it's just all hills and like streets and crap.
Yeah, I could see that. That's true. Not, I guess,
Something
how.
like I get. Yeah, one of these years I got to buy her a bike and like kind of teach her how to do it.
That's funny. Yeah, Isla's gonna be Isla's gonna be riding riding bikes, wanting to know why mom ain't joining. That's funny. That's funny. Um,
Wondering why her and mom both have the training wheels on.
exactly, exactly. Um, number three for me is going to be just across the board little league sports for me. Just the aspect of playing as a kid, man, and all the tournaments that I went on for baseball and basketball and football and stuff. It was cool to experience that as a kid. I think that's when I really fell in love with baseball more than any other sport, and just didn't feel as serious as it was when you got into high school and stuff. So it was just cool to be able to travel and play ball all summer and all spring and all that. So it was cool.
Yeah, I hear that for sure. I put number 3 just like general playing with friends at night and stuff. Like I put in specific like laser tag or not laser tag, flashlight tag.
Flashlight tag. Yep,
I
that's
don't know,
the.
I don't know if you guys are big on that around there, but that was pretty much like king of nighttime activities out in Illinois.
Yep,
Once
yep,
again, big group, shining, screaming ollie oxen free as we're like running through neighbors' yards who probably
yeah,
fucking hated us.
yeah.
But
Probably wanted to go out there and just absolutely smack you over the head with something.
yeah, wondering why there's a flashlight shining in their window at like 11:30.
Yeah, about to get robbed. That's funny as fuck, dude. Um, number two for me is going to be going to the beach, man. As a kid, just going on vacation, but especially the beach. As a little kid, it just was hyped to go out there and just I don't know, just always on vacation felt like you were like living the best life because you didn't have shit to do. Your parents didn't work, so they were there with you and could do shit with you. And so that'd be my number two, going to the beach.
Man, I would have loved to put that on there, but being like as dead center of the country as I am, I think I only went to the beach like one time between
Mm,
the time I was born to like the time I've moved out.
mm.
So it wasn't like Florida or anything. It was like some random beach kind of down by like Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, yeah,
So unfortunately, I didn't get to like experience that too much until I got to like move around on my own.
gotcha.
But yeah, number 2 for me would be just playing football, basic like football and wrestling through high school, middle school, and all that.
Okay, that's
Like
dope.
whether it was for the team or just kind of like pick up. Because man, we used to. I think like in high school, we used to play freaking pick up football in like decent sized groups like constantly.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I'm
like
sure that
I
was
don't know,
big out in the Midwest too, for sure.
football is like just the most hype sport, dude. I remember like going out because I mean I didn't play like offense or defense. I was all special teams, punting and kicking. But just coming out of the gate, from whom the bells tolls or whatever.
Hmm.
You got like the fog machine going, dude.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Super hype.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that was probably the most hype you could ever get in high school.
No, that's I 100%, dude. I agree. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, then I don't know. Wrestling was fun too, man, because you just like it's kind of like you versus some other dude, just kind of seeing who could like I guess like legally beat up the other guy for 6 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna do
but
wrestling, man, in elementary school, and I was disappointed when I found out it wasn't WWE. So I did not
oh, dude.
I did not partake in wrestling. Once I found out it wasn't that kind of wrestling, I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm ready to hit somebody with a Stone Cold Stunner. I'm ready. Let me do it.
Yeah, I remember having to actually break that to one of my friends in like 6th grade. Like we were going through my dad had all the mats in the basement, and like
Mm.
we had him over, and I was kind of like showing him a few moves. And my friend was like kind of like talking about how we would like pick some dude up on his shoulders and just kind of like drop him. And I was like, damn, that's how you get kind of kicked out of a match in real wrestling. And it kind of flipped his world sideways.
Yeah, that you ruined it for him.
I was like, yeah, in this sport you wear tights and headgear, and you like kind of like in a non-homosexual way cuddle a man physically.
Yes, and get sweaty with them.
Yeah, get nice and sweaty with them.
That's
And so
funny.
one of them lays on the back long enough, and they smack
It
the
takes
mat.
it.
He takes
Oh
it.
shit, it's funny.
I don't
Uh,
know. It's fun coaching it too, man. Like little
yeah.
kids are just so goofy to coach.
Oh, I guarantee it, dude. I guarantee it.
I've met probably some of the goofiest kids ever in my 2 years coaching middle school. I
That's
don't know. It's been a blast.
that's cool, man. I'm glad to hear that. That's dope. Um, last one I got my gold medal, man. That's taking the cake for my top five. I don't have any honorable mentions. For this week, just kind of wanted to keep it with five core memories. But number one, gold medal for me is Christmas as a kid, dude. It was, I mean, Christmas spirit as a kid, getting excited for Santa, leaving out the cookies and milk, leaving out the reindeer food for Rudolph and gang. You know, just it was an awesome feeling, man. Just growing up and having a Christmas spirit as a kid, and get to kind of do that now as a dad is awesome. You know, as our kids get older and shit. But just remember being a kid, dude, and just so excited like Christmas Eve, like I didn't sleep at all, just hoping that I'd catch Santa and just would pass out from pure exhaustion and adrenaline draining, and wake up to living room full of presents, and just was like, how the hell did he get in this house and me not hear him? And it was cool. That man, that'd be my number one.
Man, I don't know why I didn't think of that. That's like such a good answer for number one.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I put some kind of corny for my number one.
Let me hear it. What you got?
I put down the birth of my little brother.
Okay, that's cool,
Because
though, man.
he was born like 2.5 years after me, and basically till I moved out, it was like me and him pretty much did everything together. Whether it was like get suspended at school, or
Yeah,
play flashlight tag,
yeah.
or me give him a noogie until he cries, or spray Axe in his face. That's pretty much like the dude that I lived with, and we kind of did most shit together our entire existence.
That's dope,
And
man.
now we regularly get together and watch UFC and drink and everything. Right now, drink some waters, but
Drink some waters, baby. That's right.
yeah, but
That's
I don't
cool, though,
know.
man.
I just couldn't imagine what my life growing up would be like without him. Probably.
No, that's a dope answer, man. That's cool. I gotta respect the
Kind of
hell
wish
out
it
of
was
that answer.
Christmas though, because that's definitely a better answer. But
Nah, man, I like that answer a lot.
yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
had to take it a little personal on the last one, I guess.
Hey, hey, nothing wrong with that, man. But hey, nonetheless, man, I appreciate you taking the time to come out tonight and do this episode with me as a solo host tonight. It was dope getting to talk to you. Um, love the opportunity to have you come back on in the future and do a future EP with me. Hopefully, we can get the camera working on my side and your side to where it doesn't lag out so much. But as anyway, man, I really appreciate it. You coming out. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed chopping it up with me for the last hour and a half or so.
Oh yeah, dude, it was fun.
Good, man. Good. I'm glad to
It
hear
was,
that.
just out of curiosity, also, because I remember hearing on like one of the two episodes I listened, y'all trying to come out to the Colts Stadium for a football game end of the year
We
for that
are.
Steelers Colts.
We are, man. Yeah, we're trying to me and Aaron are trying to come out with our friends Dustin and Alexis and catch the Steelers Colts game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I was gonna get it for Morgan for like a early Christmas present. 'Cause she's actually never been to a professional football game. But I remember
Okay.
hearing that crap, and I was like, "Damn, maybe we should set something up." You know?
Set something up, man. No, we definitely could do that for sure. I would love that, dude. I'd love to go back. I went to uh Indy Stadium, dude. The atmosphere in that stadium is dope. I like it. It's really cool to be there, and Just I watched the Colts when Jacoby Brissett, I think, was their quarterback. Um, so, nonetheless, man, it was cool. I'd definitely love to set something up with you for that.
Oh yeah, we can find some seats at some point. Got to probably buy them soon because
Yeah,
apparently it's a hot. Because I was looking at tickets and they're actually going pretty quick.
are they?
But yeah, we know a nice bar around there too. We could all hit up afterwards, but or beforehand because date and time still hasn't been determined.
Right. Yeah. No, I did see that. Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely.
But
I'll look it up and talk to Aaron about buying tickets and stuff, and talk to Dustin and Alexis about buying tickets, and we'll make something happen.
but yeah, dude, it's been a lot of fun.
Good, man.
Kind of wish the video and everything worked properly, but besides that, it was fine.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, we'll figure it out for next time. I'm definitely gonna have you come
Yeah.
back on again, man, and ask you a whole new set of questions, and just have you come on and chop it up. But just real quick, everybody watching this, we appreciate your guys' patience with us missing the last episode last week with schedule conflicts and everything, and appreciate you guys being patient with the other two co-hosts being away with activities they're working on and what they're doing right now, and hopefully we'll all be together again as a full gang next week. But we just wanted to come on and give you guys an episode. Didn't want to go 2 weeks without an episode, but just pay attention this week on Facebook. We'll have our weekly poll come back out as normal. As always, comment, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment on videos. Let us know what you want to see changed in the future, segments you want to see added, revised, taken away, maybe replaced with something else. But nonetheless, we appreciate you guys and all the love that you show us. And Alex, anything else before we ride off into the sunset, brother?
I don't know, man. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys got to do this, dude. Like I told you, I think kind of maybe like a month ago, had a couple of friends who kind of want to do something similar to this and it just fell through. It's
Yeah.
really cool knowing someone who's actually doing it.
Well, I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, we, like I said, been doing this for this 25th episode, getting ready to release, and been doing it for over 4 months now, and it's just been something we've been talking about for years, and finally put the plan into motion, and haven't regretted it since. So, yeah.
Yeah, consistency is key, dude. That's how you start getting those Blue Chew ads and what's that other big one? Raid Shadow Legends and all that, you know?
Exactly. We're gonna get a couple. Let me see if you can see it right there. A couple of Zen
Awesome
sponsorships.
Zins, dude.
Get a couple of Zenny bars and
You
sponsorship.
you might have to dig deep for that one, dude.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have to.
I've listened to quite a bit of podcasts, bro, and I don't think I've heard a single Zing sponsorship yet.
Oh well, hey, maybe we could be the first. We'll see.
Exactly. You guys will be pioneers.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, like I said, man, I appreciate you coming on, and as always, till next time, everybody. Appreciate you.